And we still have that problem in San Mateo, westbound 92 at Delaware Street. There had been a crash at the off-ramp and also a stall before the off-ramp. That's why the slow traffic from Foster City, although it looks like it's starting to ease, that might be a good sign that these problems are now clearing. Your next update is with Dave Fouts. He's up at 10:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mostly this afternoon as the overcast dissipates, but should linger at the immediate coastline. Highs at the beaches in the 50s and 60s. We've got highs in the 70s. It's Thursday, July 14th, 2022, coming up on KCBS.
I'm Mike DeWall. As the homelessness crisis grows, Sonoma County plans to overcome a tight housing market in hopes of finding rentals for the unhoused. This is why clinics here in the city are running out of vaccines for monkeypox.
And the United States and Israel are committed in preventing. Good morning. I'm Melissa Colrock. When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and on-beat station. 10 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour. .com. I'm Steve Kathan. The U.S. and Israel put new pressure on Iran amid growing concerns over Tehran's nuclear
Declaration with Israel. The U.S. promised to use all elements of its national power to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. President Biden said he believes diplomacy is the best way to do that. But Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid openly disagreed.
The only way to stop them is to put a credible military threat on the table.
The U.S. is waiting on a response from Tehran.
When that comes, I'm not certain, but we are not going to wait forever.
Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
Can deny the request from Steve Bannon to delay his contempt trial. The former Trump aide has indicated he'll testify to the House Insurrection Committee. Some good news in southwestern Virginia, where flooding damaged or destroyed more than 100 homes. Sheriff's Deputy Eric Breeding says everything has now been accounted for.
Crews were out all night last night, and there was 5 crews out this morning. They were reported missing on our hotline yesterday, and they were all located.
The government says wholesale prices rose 11.3% in June from a year ago. New charges have been filed in a much publicized case that dates back to last year.
Disgraced and disbarred South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh has been charged with the mysterious death of his son. They were found shot to death outside the family's home in 2021. Murdaugh is already jailed and facing dozens of charges involving money laundering and an addiction to painkillers. He's also accused of lying to police, trying to arrange his own death, and stealing money from clients. Chrysulis, CBS News.
Investigators in Texas probing the truck and van crash in March that killed members of a New Mexico college golf team say the man was driving the truck, not his 13-year-old son, his first thought, and the driver had methamphetamine in his system. Two were among the 9 who died. Overseas, Brittany Griner's trial resumed in a Russian courtroom today. CBS's Charlie Daggett says her guilty plea last week could be part of a plan to get the matter into the hands of diplomats.
In terms of what their defense team is trying to do is really speed up that process to try to
Resignation today that prompted protesters to retreat from government buildings that have been under siege for days. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 457 points. This is CBS News.
Need to hire quality? The end-to-end hiring solution. Attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
It is 10:03 at the Bay Area's news station, Overcast conditions at the Bay, sunshine inland, highs from the 60s to the upper 80s. For Rebecca Corral, I'm Brett Burkhart, and here's what's happening. It looks like fire crews have gotten the upper hand on the Washburn fire at Yosemite National Park, even as warm, dry weather complicates the fight. As of about 6 this morning, the fire had burned just under 4,400 acres and is 23% contained. KCBS's Chris Oncarlo reports this has offered another lesson in how to better control the flames.
This lesson has been known for 40 years.
At least by Western science, but the notion of better controlling fire by allowing low Professor Michael Wara is the director of the Climate and Energy Policy Program at Stanford. He says Yosemite has put into forest-thinning work. He also says the lack of other major fires works to the advantage of crews on the ground.
That is not likely to be true come August or September, when there are lots of fires burning all over the West.
We don't have to...
Last summer, resources were spread extremely thin because of the Dixie Fire and the Calder Fire going at the same time.
He says that's why preparation and stewardship are so important. Chris Ancarlo, KCBS.
Bay Area clinics are quickly running out of monkeypox vaccine as demand for the shots is spiking and the disease spreads. KCBS's Matt Bigler joins us from Zuckerberg General Hospital with more.
The last 50 doses of monkeypox vaccine were administered here at SF General yesterday, and now the clinic is closed as the hospital waits for more doses from the federal government. San Francisco Public Health Director Dr. Grant Colfax.
We are literally begging our federal partners to provide more vaccine so we can get it into the arms needed most.
Those people are mostly men who have sex with men. The virus is spread through close contact. Krishna Udayakumar at the Duke Global Health Innovation Center tells KCBS the vaccine shortage is due to the fact that there is currently only one manufacturer for the newer, safer vaccine.
Lots of work is being done to ramp up manufacturing. We're still in the early days where we don't have enough supply relative to demand in the U.S. and
clinics in the city that have a limited supply of monkeypox vaccine, but they also expect to run out by the end of the week. At General Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Police in South San Francisco have arrested a man in connection with thefts from unlocked vehicles. 29-year-old Vincent Gashola was arrested on suspicion of several theft and drug-related crimes. This week, officers responded to a number of reports of suspicious man walking in the Sunshine Gardens neighborhood and checking the door handles of vehicles. Officers found him in the area and he was taken into custody. Police say he matches the description provided by callers and was positively identified checking the door handles of cars. Officers searched him and found several possible stolen items, including clothing, keys to vehicles and residence, binoculars, a golf range finder, and a residential garage door opener. The California State Board of Education has ruled that an affluent Walnut Creek neighborhood will not be allowed to break off from the Mount Diablo Unified School District and form its own district. The ruling is an decision by the Contra Costa County Committee of School District Organization, which turned down the petition by residents of the Northgate portion of Mount Diablo Unified. The proposal was deemed exclusionary and seen to be promoting racial segregation because the schools looking are Mount Diablo Unified's highest performing and least diverse schools. Supporters of the proposal had hoped to put it on the ballot to let voters decide in November. Ahead on KCBS.
I'm Mike DeWald. As encampments continue to present challenges, Sonoma County leaders take steps to tackle the ongoing homelessness crisis. First, though, we need to update your drive around the Bay Area on this mid-morning, and we are going to 580 this time in Oakland and checking in with Dave Fouts. Good morning, Dave.
Morning. Let's start in Oakland, westbound 580. Before you get to the MacArthur Maze, we've got a stalled car being reported in the right lane. Traffic backed up towards interchange. Now, that car may have taken off already as the CHP is looking for it, but we do see the slow traffic in the Chilton Auto Body collision cam. Continuing on to the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, those metering lights are on for a few more minutes. It looks slower, though, on the upper deck itself from the tunnel into San Francisco. Slow on the peninsula, westbound 92 after Delaware, a crash. Off-ramp affected, so is the right lane. Traffic backing up into Foster City. And northbound 101 before Marsh Road, an accident. two cars, both said to be perpendicular in the lanes. Looks like it's in the right lanes, and now it's got traffic backed up out of Palo Alto from before Oregon Expressway. San Jose, northbound 280 is right before Race Street. Looks like an accident there in the third lane from the left, backing things up on 280. Also backing things up on the ramp from northbound 87. Still a bit slow on the Nimitz. That would be southbound 880 from 238 as you head down through Hayward into Fremont. Your next traffic update is going to be at 10:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And we are looking at your KCBS Bay Area weather forecast, and we're starting to see the marine layer break up a little bit over the bay. Should burn to the coast this afternoon. Areas, highs from the 60s at the beaches, 70s and 80s around the bay to the upper 80s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
At Mara West Credit Union, we're working towards a brighter financial future for both our members and our community, delivering better rates, better service, and the support needed to get ahead financially. Isn't it about time we worked for you? With our new account bonus, it goes beyond our Merit Rewards program, making everyday banking even more rewarding with cash offers for new members. Mara West Credit Union, working for you today, tomorrow, together. Learn more at marawest.com/bonus.
Something you like is actually good for you. Take sleeping on your side. Studies indicate that side sleeping can help with nighttime breathing. At European Sleepworks, they have many options to help side sleepers create the comfort and from their unique contoured mattresses to their patented custom-fit oxygen pillows. After all, for over 50 years, they've been working on your side, and that's a good thing. European Sleepworks at Adeline and Ashby in Berkeley or online at sleepworks.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of me, a race car driver taking a turn at 200 miles per hour. And because I drive fast, I'm the perfect person to talk about how to protect your car and home, right? So let's shift this into high gear and get...
This Smoked Athlete has been interrupted by AAA Auto and Home Insurance, plus America's most recommended roadside assistance. AAA doesn't need athlete endorsements because we offer coverage confidence. Visit AAA.com for details and coverage confidence. AAA, outsmart life.
There's magic in the world.
People will tell you there isn't.
They just want you to get back to work.
Be quiet.
And not ask questions.
Those people need 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
When you've seen the magic
And felt the magic.
you can no longer deny the magic.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
And now we pause for a word from Charlotte, the junk fairy.
A friend is a person who always brings a little magic with them.
Be a friend. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
KCBS News Time 10:11, and our news watch continues. Amid an ongoing homeless crisis, Sonoma County officials have approved a $4 million project aimed at tackling the problem, but as KCBS's Mike DeWald reports, a tight housing market is making things difficult.
Over the past year, Sonoma County has accumulated more than 300 housing vouchers that can be used to house families. Trouble is, landlords have been hesitant to rent. To combat that, the county is creating a rental agency of sorts, recruiting locals with real estate experience to connect with landlords to get those with housing vouchers into rentals. Sonoma County Supervisor Chris Corsi says the only long-term solution to homelessness is a home.
People talk about wanting to help with the homeless situation all the time. This is a way that landlords can directly not just help, but make someone a person with a home instead of a homeless person.
It comes as another homeless encampment along the popular Joe Rodota Trail has forced a partial closure of the route. Corsi says the closure is aimed at slowing the growth of the camp as county officials go through the legally required processes before any move to clear the camp can be made.
You have to connect with people, offer them services and shelter, give them notice that they have to leave. That takes time. All of that takes time.
The $4 million in spending comes from the $96 million Sonoma County received from the American Rescue Plan. Mike DeWald, KCBS.
West Nile virus season is officially under. Celebrate, a bird found in Vacaville late last month has tested positive for West Nile. And while there have been no confirmed human cases, county health officials are advising residents to take precautions to reduce the risk of infection. Those include using insect repellent, keeping doors and windows closed, and removing sources of standing water. And this is just an amazing story. A man who was bitten by a great white shark off the central coast of California last month has been released from the hospital. 62-year-old Steve Broomer was released from a Salinas Medical Center wearing a blue t-shirt that read, "Shark Attack Survivor." Broomer was swimming off a Pacific Grove beach south of San Francisco 3 weeks ago. The shark grabbed him around the thighs and abdomen and spit him out. In a video supplied by the hospital, Broomer says he was rescued by 2 paddleboarders and a surfer who braved the bloody waters to tow him to shore. A doctor says the shark came within a millimeter of severing a major artery. Coming up on KCBS, how culture helped the Warriors.
Today we're talking about things that make us uncomfortable, like the middle seat on an airplane, or asking your boss for a raise, or having a real conversation about ED, impotence, or low testosterone. You don't have to be embarrassed. At Prime Male Medical, they've helped thousands of men in the Bay Area, and they can help you too. But don't take my word for it. Here's Dr. Robert Rowley from Prime Male Medical.
We have helped thousands of patients with acoustic wave therapy, which increases blood flow, breaks the microplaque, and improves your ED significantly. We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in treatments for ED and low T.
Get your first visit, PSA and testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of follow-up visits for just $99. Learn more at PrimeMaleMedical.com or call 461-4037. That's 415-761-4037.
Imagine buying a pair of sneakers and getting a soothing, gentle foot massage like you'd get during a relaxing pedicure just by walking. You might think this sounds too good to be true, but we think it sounds like Skechers' new Massage Fit sneakers. Because Skechers, the comfort technology company, has designed a unique innovation that makes it feel like you're pampering your feet with a gentle massage in every step. The secret is Skechers' new patented wave technology on the sole that gently massages your feet while you're walking around. It feels amazing and is so gentle you can wear them all day just like your other favorite Skechers sneakers. And not only will you be getting a massage, you'll also be getting Skechers' other famous comfort features, like a special luxury insole that offers extra support for 24/7 comfort. Plus, they come in a variety of fashionable styles, including lace-up and slip-ons, and they're machine washable for easy care. Get a bonus massage in every step with Skechers' new Massage Fit. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Kathy Novak. Why prior COVID infection may not protect you from the BA.5 variant.
Its superpower is reinfection.
First up, we need to head over to the sports desk and check in on the Warriors and KCBS's Joe Hughes.
The Golden State Warriors have regularly touted their culture when speaking about the franchise's success, and while that culture has certainly helped them win some championships, key in helping to lure some free agents, especially those coming off of injuries and looking to show that they can return to form. We saw it last year with Otto Porter Jr. and this year with the signing of free agent guard Dante DiVincenzo, who signed a 2-year deal with the team. He cited that culture when speaking with our Odyssey sister station 95.7 The Game.
It came down to culture and environment for me. When I think long term of my career, I'm fully healthy, but it's still in the back of my mind, and it's something where that definitely weighed into my decision.
The former first-round pick has dealt with some ankle injuries the last year and a half after being part of that Milwaukee Bucks championship run. He says speaking with Steph Curry and Draymond Green really cemented the idea that this was going to be the right fit.
The similarity between cultures, I think that's huge. And when you're in a culture, you're in an environment that everybody wants to succeed and everybody's unselfish, it allows everybody around you to succeed. That was their pitch in basically saying that, they can help me get to where I want to be in my career, but also I can help them get to another level of their career and how I can complement them, and that was really important for me.
Dante DiVincenzo likely to fill a hybrid role, taking on some of the responsibilities the team lost when Otto Porter Jr. and Gary Payton II signed lucrative contracts elsewhere after they raised their profile with the Warriors. From the sports desk, Joe Hughes, KCBS.
If you have certain chronic conditions, such as heart disease, asthma, diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52,
36,
42. You may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com. I'm going to add